Hare Krishna. My name is Jagannatheshwari Devi Dasi, and I was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan in 1976. I was very fortunate to see Srila Prabhupada, to witness his pastimes of those years, those last 2 years that he was on this planet. I was lucky enough to attend his classes and darshans in Vrindavan, in Mayapur, and at Bhaktivedanta Manor. To be there for his last visit to Bhaktivedanta Manor, and to be there for his final pastimes in Vrindavan. All this time I was observing, witnessing, learning. I was very young. When Prabhupada left, I was very young, and nothing could have prepared me for that tragic event. But I later learned that Prabhupada is always present, that although he may be absent physically, he is always present spiritually, which is even more important than his physical presence, according to Vaishnava philosophy. So Prabhupada is my father, eternally, and my relationship with Prabhupada is, I would say, much, much more than the experiences of his physical presence that I witnessed. So, because although I was close to him in the sense of being there in the room, in his darshan room when he was speaking, just a few feet away sometimes. But that was still the initial part of our relationship, and I feel that relationship has matured much more in his physical absence. And the relationship between guru and disciple is dynamic, and it's always developing. That is our lifeline to Krishna, to develop that relationship with the guru and to try to please him. That is our ongoing project. So Prabhupada's instructions, he gave us many, many instructions, many, many teachings in his books. But I think the most important instructions are from his own example. Teaching by example, the Acharya teaches by example, and actions speak louder than words. So I believe that the way to please Prabhupada the most is to do whatever we can do to follow in his footsteps in terms of what he was doing. And he also made it clear many times that our mission is to spread Krishna consciousness. That is what he wants us to do to continue his mission. So we can see that Prabhupada, he came to the West for that purpose, and he overcame so many obstacles to bring Krishna consciousness to Western people who had no idea about Vedic culture or Indian culture. So that is still what he wants us to do in whatever little way we can to help him. I believe that that's really the way to please him. So today the challenges are different because the world has changed, but still the mission is the same, to somehow or other present Krishna consciousness, as Prabhupada did, as a spiritual science, not as a religion, not as a culture from a particular part of the world, but as a spiritual science for people of all faiths and all cultures and all races. So that's the great challenge, that's the work that Prabhupada has given us, to learn how to diversify and how to rack our brains to find ways to present Krishna consciousness to the world. And he wants us to change the world, and that's a pretty tall order, and sometimes it seems to be impossible, but I mean, it is happening slowly, but there is so much more we can do, and we need to find ways to adapt and different ways to present Krishna consciousness in ways that will be appealing to intelligent people from all different cultures. So the reason I'm saying this is because I feel this is a more pleasing way for us to all connect to Prabhupada than simply by remembering him and glorifying him, but by our action we can actually become close to Prabhupada and receive his full mercy and blessings. So on this occasion of his 125th anniversary, let's all try a little bit in this direction. Prabhupada wanted us to cooperate together to spread Krishna consciousness, and there are so many different ways to do this, and the cooperation between devotees is also very, very vital and central to pleasing Prabhupada. That we must learn to tolerate different opinions, different points of view. We have all kinds of devotees now in Prabhupada's movement, left wing, the left wing, the right wing, the liberal, the moderates, and all these different little branches. So it's really, really important to Prabhupada that we don't actually break up his precious ISKCON, but that we all stick together under his banner, work together, tolerate the differences. For those that are too different, maybe we don't work together, but we respect each other and we accept each other and we appreciate and we avoid the Vaishnava Aparat. So thank you very much for inviting me to say a few words, and I wish you all a very happy 125th Prabhupada anniversary. Hare Krishna.